Awesome. Hi guys, we're group one. We're going to be presenting guided pathways for our midterm presentation number 2. I'm Tylee.
I'm Christian.
Jonathan.
And I'm Natalie.
What are guided pathways? The 4 pillars of guided pathways are creating clear curricular pathways to employment and further education, to help students choose and enter their pathway, help students stay on their path, and ensure that learning is happening with intentional outcomes. Why are guided pathways important? Guided pathways provides all students with a set of clear course taking patterns that promotes better enrollment decisions and prepares students for future success. Guided pathways integrate support services in ways that make it easier for students to get the help they need during every step of their community college experience.
So some key elements of guided pathways include programs that are fully mapped out and aligned, redesigning and integrating basic skills developmental education classes, structured onboarding processes, instructional support and co-curricular activities, responsive student tracking systems, and proactive academic and career advising. So a few things we're going to be talking about in our presentation are the challenges and obstacles of a college career, support and resources that have helped us along the way, our own personal journeys, and a little wrap up of things we would change or advice we might be giving to future students.
So the challenges and obstacles of a college career consist of starting off at a community college. There are also many loopholes in terms of transferring and completing prerequisites. Each college requires different courses, and not every course universally translates to every college requirement. Also, certain life situations may cause a pause in your career seeking journey, as well as funding.
So some of the support programs and resources are, you have counseling available, tutors, your fellow classmates, teachers. There's this website, assist.org, through internships, and another one is Rate My Professor.
So my name is Tylee. My career goal is to become a physical therapist. I also wish to work in sports psychology. And my end goal is to have my own personal PT practice and eventually have a contract with a professional sports league, which basically means like if someone in the NFL gets hurt, they automatically send their player to me to end up doing all of their therapy and get them back into the game as soon as possible, rather than having their own personal team ones. I can just do it for the entire league. How did I decide on my career and or educational goal? I played soccer at Pierce College for 2 years. And if anyone knows Pierce College soccer, they're known for injuries. So in my 2 years playing there, I saw maybe 9 or 10 girls suffer career-ending injuries. Like these girls wanted to play D1, were already signing contracts to go pro, like the whole 10 yards. And basically after their injuries happened, I don't know a single one of them that has gotten back into the game. They've never touched the ball since. They were afraid of PT, they left PT. They said, my therapist doesn't care about me, I don't feel like it's working, it's not worth my time. And I just really want to be able to be that person that makes a difference and lets these kids know that it is gonna help you in the long run and it does matter and we are here to support you and we wanna get you back to where you used to be. For my, how are you preparing your career goals during the coursework at West? So I'm actually between several of the LACCD colleges. So I take all of my classes at West online. I take most of my communications classes here. So I guess what I'm doing at West is I'm taking these classes to create a stronger sense of understanding and learning how to properly speak to all types of people and all different personality types. Have I developed an academic plan early in my career? I actually changed my major a year and a half into starting community college. So normally people are there for 2 years and they transfer. A year and a half in, I changed my major. I had to start all over again. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. It's fun. Do I have a clear roadmap of the courses I will need to complete my academic goal? After changing my major, I did have to sit down with a new counselor. And then from there, they set me up with reaching out to these other counselors from the colleges I wanted to transfer to, basically set me out like a new I get C and stuff like that, so I knew which classes I needed to take. And with assist.org, I found out which classes like specifically transfer here and there. So I kind of got to make my own little spreadsheet of what I wanted to do with my classes. What support has been helpful to you during your college career? It's gonna sound really funny, but I think Rate My Professor is super important. Just because for me personally, I think it's important to find like a professor that gives you like the correct learning type. So like, or they give like the correct form of instruction that works best for you. And I think it's awesome to find instructors who actually like care about what they're talking about and they care about you and they want you just to succeed and they're going to be there to help you in the long run and make you more successful as a student. Some challenges during my college career, obviously besides changing majors, which was awful since none of my classes transferred over. About a year ago, my mom made too much money, so FAFSA didn't cover any of my classes. So I was taking about 18 units and that gets pretty expensive. So I basically had to end up picking up another job. So working 2 part-time jobs and then being a full and a half time student, it was a little difficult and we just kind of had to make it work. Now, as a college student at West, what support programs and resources should be offered to help students become more successful? I've never been on campus at West because I do only take online classes. But between Pierce and Mission, we do have support groups on campus. So it's whenever like students feel like they aren't succeeding, they're just not getting it, they're not doing well, they don't feel like school's worth their time. It's basically a bunch of other students letting them know that they're doing just fine, it is worth it, and no matter what they are, or no matter where they are with their grades and what they feel like they're doing, it's making a difference. And they're doing what they need to do to get where they need to be. Yeah. That's Christian.
Hi guys, I'm Christian. So as far as my academic plans, I plan to obtain a degree in psychology as well as obtain a license in manicuring. And with those two, with the license and degree, I plan to pursue a career in the medical field, maybe as a psychiatrist, or possibly a surgeon one day. And I kind of already have or am in a process of starting my nail technician career. So right now I'm doing nails, and right now that's been another source of income for me. So that's kind of a career I'm thinking about exploring at the time being while I'm in school. So that's kind of new for me. It kind of just happened out of nowhere. I mean, I did nails as a hobby, and as I mentioned, now it's become another stream of income, and I'm doing nails. And I'm also enrolled in beauty school so I can get my license. So that's how I plan on getting my license there. And obviously now I'm in school and taking classes at West, so I could eventually transfer. Do you have a clear roadmap of courses you need to take? So my freshman year, I had an academic plan where I planned out all 4 years and like all the courses that I needed to take. However, this year I changed majors, so that plan completely like went out the window. And now I don't really plan too far ahead because I don't want to overwhelm myself. I just want to, give myself time to take things in and go with my own pace, Let's see. What support has been helpful to you during a college career? I would say at first the academic plan was helpful because it allowed me to see everything that I needed to do. So I kept a mental note in my head of what, needs to be done and how I need to move. I need to move accordingly. However, as I mentioned, I feel like things don't always go as planned and, life happens and certain things. So when I kind of like steered away from the whole academic plan, I feel like I didn't really have that much support and I was just doing everything on my own now. Let's see, at West, they have tutors on campus, of course, but nothing really like caught my attention or made me really want to go like look for other resources. I feel like that's something that West could work on, as well as the campus and student life is very plain and boring. There's like nothing to do, no type of student activity, no pep rallies, nothing that really motivates the students and drives them to come to school every day. So I feel like that's something that they could work on. Some of the challenges I faced during my college career was, let's see, I mean, obviously, COVID-19 has drastically affected all of us. What else? And yeah, I pretty much just do everything on my own. And I do have my ups and downs, my days where I'm high, my days where I'm low. But I kind of just like practice self-motivation and inspiration from others. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hi guys, my name is Jonathan. So for my academic plans, I'm hoping to get a degree in communications. This pretty much started because I wanted to become a better or skilled communicator. Working through different jobs and having a variety of leadership has influenced me to work on my communication with people. And then for my career, I would like to follow a career where I can work as a project manager and hopefully in a tech company. I'm preparing for my career by setting goals and talking with counselors. Um, I try to do it every semester just to follow up. But it's also helped me like research the different types of internships that is available within that field or degree. Um, I didn't have an early academic plan because I didn't really know what to do at first. But having many meetings with like counselors and just researching and talking to a lot of people has really helped me set a little bit of a better path to follow. I didn't have a clear roadmap, but I do now. Again, just through talking to people, and I think counselors are very helpful for me because they've helped me set an educational plan, and I just try to go off of that. Uh, what support has been helpful? Some of my support system that's been really helpful through my college career is friends and family, just who are there to follow up and push you, you know, kind of like check you when you're like being distracted. But again, also the staff at West LA, I mean, just following up with them, and they like to kind of, know where I'm at. Um, that's been helpful. Some of the challenges I'm facing during my college career is time management. With work and life and balancing it with school, it's one of those things where it's like now I have to prepare my week and kind of like I use a lot of my calendars just to set reminders, but also it's been challenging to have online classes because it kind of shows you what to be like to be disciplined and organized. And I'm also a first generation in my family, so there's not a lot of resources within my family to like ask them, so I got to do my own research. As a college student at West, what support programs? I believe that having more job fairs can help um, as far as resources to be offered at West, and also promoting the follow-up with counselors is very helpful, and then also the tutoring programs that are available at the school. And then to share my experience as a college student, I think that time management is very important, and just finding the right balance with that, and also designating time in your days for schools, and also having a set date to follow up on your goals is very helpful for me, and I think can be helpful for everyone else.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Natalie. So I'm from the Bay Area. So I'm taking this class to fill my GE. So I haven't been on West Campus before. But basically, my goal is to get my Bachelor's of Science in Biomedical Science. Kind of some difficulties with my overall journey is I've been at a community college for 7 years, and that's a lot of freaking time. Like, I am ready to be done with school. But there's been so many like beneficial lessons that I've learned. I actually drew a picture of like a typical student that graduates from high school and goes straight to a 4-year, and then this is me. This is my 7-year journey and all types of obstacles and failures. Kind of some obstacles for me with my personal journey was deciding on what I wanted to do and realizing all the prerequisites that come with it. It has been so difficult. So at my college, you have to take placement tests, and based on what you place in, then from there you work your way up, and some of those classes don't count for anything, like when you go to transfer. So that was something I wish someone would have told me. So then once you get to that, then these classes are like 5 units and they expect you to take, a full load. And it's like, I'm not going to take calculus, physics, chemistry, all of these at once. I just cannot do it. So that's kind of what's prolonged my time at my junior college. And then as far as preparing, I guess like Jonathan was saying, time management is super important, especially now with like COVID. It's like the will to like, you have to like dig deep, like to get on Zoom and to do your homework. It's so hard. And I think that's kind of what sets us apart from the people that go straight to a 4-year, like with community college students, is like, we're choosing every day to continue our education. We're choosing every day to keep going, because it's hard. It's really hard. I had somewhat of an academic plan in the beginning that I had made with a counselor, but I just feel like colleges shouldn't press that on students because we're going to take it at our own pace. And like, what's the rush? Like, you're going to finish at some point. You like the rush to work the rest of your life. Like, why not, take it at your own pace and not have all this pressure to like finish in 2 years, to finish in 4 years. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As far as support goes, it's been kind of difficult at my college because counselors have given me a lot of different information, and I find that I really have to dig for answers, which is kind of hard because I feel alone. I'm currently transferring, so that has been something that has been a huge obstacle for me as a community college student because, transcripts and each college wants something different, and your major means something different at a different college, which means you have to take more courses. So definitely, like Tylee said, rate my professor is super important, assist.org. And just talk to other students, like I think that's the best advice, is talk to other students and see what they're doing. But in the end, I would like to use my current job in technology. I work for Apple as a resource to find a job where I can intertwine technology and biomedical sciences. My dream job would be partnering up with Apple to design technology for the biomedical field. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick TikTok break, and I'm gonna show you guys this really cute video that I found. Awesome. Do y'all have any questions for us?
Sure. So my question would be for, I guess, any of you that would like to answer. So do you guys think that once a student enrolls into a community college or just any college in general, if there should be kind of like a sheet of paper that is given to every student and tells them exactly what classes? I know there is one, but you have to go to a counselor to get it and try to figure out. Do you guys think that the process would be so much easier, that counselors can all get together and figure something out that would help every student out like that?
Well, I know at Pierce, we actually do that. So from your orientation, you're actually immediately, you have to sit down with a counselor, and they have to set up an IGETC for you. So you can't even apply for graduation if you don't have an IGETC.
Oh, see, we should do that here.
I guess.
Not a question, but
Either way.
good job, guys.
Thank you.
I just
Thank you.
how would you recommend you stay in focus? You know, like your little TikTok things. What's your best way to? How do you like get yourself to get on like work mode?
Any of you guys want to answer?
Oh yeah. So for me, I think for me, what helps is I've noticed that waking up really early and then just setting my like first 3 hours is very productive for me because I feel like, I don't know, drinking coffee helps, and then just being like isolated from everybody before they wake up. So I usually wake up like around 5:30 in the morning. Then, you know, my brother wakes up till like 9 and then he comes down and it's like, so I think just having designated time would help.
Dedication.
It's hard, but then there's a lot of
Zoom
distractions
really
throughout
came
your
through.
day.
And then Frida asked that question, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Frida. And John, do you have a question?
Not a question, but a suggestion for Jonathan. As far as working for being a project manager in a tech company, I actually work for a tech company like down the street from West LA. And dude, LinkedIn, I know it sounds remedial, but I mean, you'll find a lot of resources there. So like, you know, pimping out your LinkedIn, and just because a lot of people in tech companies do pay attention to that. And also there's a site called Fiverr, like Five and then a ER. And basically you can find all sorts of resources like for people to hire. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because like you really do need an awesome resume. And there's people that create resumes on that. And I actually got one. And yeah, I mean, that's going to do wonders. And yeah, man, good luck with that. So.
Perfect. So in conclusion, having a guided plan is, I honestly think it's one of the easiest ways to get through college, the smoothest, without any like bumps, nicks, especially when it comes to transferring, because the, oh my gosh, worst thing to find out when you're setting to apply is when half of your courses that you took at a certain campus don't exactly translate to another. So that's where like assist.org comes in, like all of your counselors, stuff like that. So really setting up a plan from the beginning, like how Jessica said, how we do at Pierce. It's super important, and it's really just gonna make it a lot smoother and shorter of a trip for you in the long run. So, yeah.